When I was a kid, I used to think that my grandmother, Siti, was magical. She'd keep a box hidden in plain sight for her nearly 40 grandchildren to study and wonder, how is this possible? And as we picked it up and wiped our hands around it, checking for strings and opening up the top to see the empty corners inside, I remember she'd laugh to herself and politely remind us that all we had to do was say the magic words. And we'd gather around her as she prepared to perform her favorite part, and gazing into the eyes of her beloved grandchildren as they glistened with imagination and wonder, she'd smile and say, "Hocus pocus, dominocus." And we'd go running back into the room where the box was hidden, throw off the top, and amazingly, it'd be filled with candies and sweets for us all, every one of us. You see, the world is filled with confusion. Too many of us are caught up with the ins and outs of the everyday intensity. We often find ourselves saying, "Why does this always happen to me?" And as if our arrogance is not enough, we then tell ourselves we aren't worth it, that we don't know as much as others do, but we forget we aren't perfect. But we go on believing that we'll never meet someone that makes us feel like the colors of the sun rise symbolize their love and adoration that they have for us that help move us through the days. And the colors of the sun set symbolize their passion and devotion that hold us through the treacherous nights. Someone once told me that luck is simply other people's kindness. Boy, if that's true, I must be the luckiest man in the world. Because if there's one thing I've learned about this blue rock we call home, is that people are kind. People do care. And if a friend tries to say that they will take their own life because they aren't loved, then cry out with them. Because they are, with full intention. There is one thing I took from my grandmother's hidden box. And no, I don't mean the candies or the sweets, though they were a tasteful touch. And that is no matter how confusing or complicated our lives may seem, all we have to do is say those magic words. And instantly, a multitude of boxes, stringless and wonderful, similar to the ones my Siti held so dear to her heart, will come flooding through the doors of our lives, filled with the very same thing she always filled in hers. Love. And if you ever think that that box is empty, you must remember, love is the one thing that never ceases to amaze. This, I believe.